Okay, back on with this thing here. What I did is replace this little doohickey, negative to there, chassis ground. I'm using a old-fashioned filament light bulb, or thought maybe that might show the connection to chassis ground, but the other side that has the red has like this 1 ohm resistor, I think, if I can see it. Where is it? It's on this side. I guess I can't see. 1 ohm resistor, where is it? Right here. Brown, black, black. 1 ohm. I'm not really familiar with the low ohms. I know that's 470K, 330 ohms, 680 ohms. I know that stuff. This thing's got to be replaced. 270 ohms, 820K. I never measured it. It's brown, black, black, so I'm assuming it's 1 ohm. I can't remember. I don't know the low values. Minus is this way. This is 4.7 at 450 volts, which I bought for oscilloscope, which I'm going to be working on. It's my first oscilloscope ever. Now this capacitor here, is 1,000 microfarads. Oh my god, it looks like I put positive to ground. Oh my god. Negative 35 volts. Not really. That's this one. Positive is always the insulator side, and positive goes to ground, which is right here. It's there, believe me. I investigated. I even put a meter to it to verify my crappy eyes. Can is always negative. And that went right here. Because this is the crazy part that goes to, this white wire right here goes to the can of this capacitor. So this is high from the chassis somehow for this biasing voltage, I think. I have to figure all this stuff out, draw it out, because it's kind of mind-boggling here how that's set up. I want to draw out this tube here and that stuff. I'll start drawing from this tube, and then I expand, because that's that little, looks like a UHF or a VHF RF amp or something. But this is correct. Red, it's like a negative biasing power supply for like a 6L6s or something. Because I have made mistakes like that, put negative to ground for a negative power supply. I've done it. I don't know what that's for. Choke. So I'm ready just to snip this out and go plug it in and see what happens. So I got the new 1,000 microfarad there and a 4.7 microfarad there. And again, you can see here what went to ground. Negative, you can see the plus signs right here. And you can see the seal indicates positive, can, always negative, or outside of your unit. So that's that. I didn't test them. I knew I had this, and I knew I had them 4.7s. I had to build a I think it was some kind of a voltage tripler in this oscilloscope, but I haven't even worked on that yet. Someday, after I build my skills a little better. So I'm gonna put this on pause and hook it up to my oscilloscope and see what happens. So pausing out here. Here's my stuff. And here's what I use for soldering. Obviously I use this with that. The best damn thing you can use. 14 gauge wire. Best damn thing. It's quick. Okay, pausing out here. Maybe. Okay, back on here. Okay, we got that going. I don't know where I want it at this time, so I'll just leave it. Turn the brightness down a little more. So, just to verify, I do have alligator clamp hooked up to negative here. Turn on the meter. That's 35 volts capacitor. So I'm on 20. I don't think it's much. We will just, I think it goes to, maybe it might overscale me. I'll be damned. Let me see something here. Okay, I go to chassis ground. Chassis ground with red. I get a positive 17.8 volts. Why I can't get it right here is insane. Now I have it on the red. Red to red. And this side over here is the negative, obviously. And this one here, I will revamp this to chassis ground, if I can find it. Boy, I'm slow. Chassis ground, and I will put it up to 1,000 volt scale, and check this. That's chassis ground. I don't have to check it. I can see that. And that is going to be, that's it. $60 volts, that's it. It was a 350 volt electrolytic. Let me see if I can hold this on here without blowing stuff up here. Okay, I'm just going to do things differently here. I'm going to put that in there. Put my red to there. I'm wasting like all kinds of valuable time here. Okay, I have this to my positive, so I'm just going to clip this to here. 60 volts, so I have a free up my hand. Okay, this is all the way on FM. FM number 2. This is the next one will be IF. I'll be down. Thought maybe it might jump up someplace. Okay, I'll pause this out and hook it up to my oscilloscope. Okay, back on here. Have to get a ground going here. It's a little short. Okay, I got one established there. Actually, I'm established through the cable. So, let me get something figured out here. So I'm on channel 2. Channel 2, sync from channel 2. Pull this down. See what's going on here. I don't understand what's going on. Let's see. So I'm on FM, FM, IF. Now I should be shooting a stronger signal out, I would believe. Okay. I'll change the, I'm at about approximately 45, is it kilohertz? So we're just swapping that around. I'll get to a clean spot here and add some blur. So that's working. So I did the sweep width, which I refer to as blur. I was turning this, so I'll take this back off. Whoops. Blanking. See what that does. Blanking. Blurs it. Attenuation all the way up. It's the potentiometer. Okay, here again is that frequency. So I think there's TVs like 25 megahertz, kilohertz, megacycles. Megacycles. But I don't think this is adjusted really accurate because I had this box. This box was loose and I was turning it. I don't understand that electrolytic was rated at 350 volts, and if it's only getting 60 volts is interesting. So this part is working. So now I'm going to flick over to here, to this port. This is May 15th of 2021. Orange beginner's corner. So I have this backed off, sweep width. We know that works. So I'll go, I'm on IF right now. So I'll go down to all the way down. Okay, let me see. Okay, now that one doesn't seem to want to work here. Let me see my switch up here. Seems like I've been having switch problems up here too. It seems like this comes on and is gone, like a transistor isn't working properly, field effect transistor. But that's working there because if I go one up, it works. Well, I think it's the switch in this sweep generator. So now there is channel 2, I think. Where is it? Channel 2. But I'm actually supposed to be hooked up into here. But I don't know what that's about. Okay, there's channel 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gets punky. So there's, now that's a little punky. So I think it's a switch here. But it's good enough to play around with for me. I will take this box apart and take a flat screwdriver, scratch as much as possible the brass areas, and I will clean it and put Vaseline on it, and hook the frequency generator up to probably get 45 megacycles appropriate here, you know, right in between, you know, get that set up for black and white TVs and stuff. And this has to be all the way on, so I don't know. It might be lacking something. I never did check the B plus voltage. Maybe I could do that. But so if I go on to IF, 0 to 50 megacycles works. Attenuation and is lacking, but it's, I don't know. These come and go, and 2, 3, 4, 5 work pretty decent. 6 gets a little iffy. Let's go to 5. 5 is somewhat blurry. 5, 4 looks pretty good. 3, well, 2 or 3 and 4 is what you only need. Maybe channel 2. Here's IF. So then the 2 FMs that ain't are kind of puxy. So yeah, I'll have to look into that stuff, because I have to order parts for this. I got to order all these 5-watt wire wounds that I want to put in there and stuff like that. I might even get a black and white transistorized TV to putsy with, but that's going to be blurry. Back on. Okay, this is my testing fixture, we'll call it. I have the whole TV, but the picture tube ain't worth a crap. Flyback transformer, junk, will not run. So what I did here with this thing is the one tube here, I think it is, 11 kVA audio or video. No, I'm wrong here. I'll continue with this. Okay, I can hook this up to I want to vertical. I can leave the high voltage disconnected from the 30HE7. I don't have to have boost voltage. I don't need boost voltage to run the audio and the IS because I made some changes. And my changes are, I'll pause this a minute. Okay, I haven't worked at this for a while, so what I did here, so I can use it without the boost voltage, as okay, my grid number 2, the audio output amplifier's the way it always was. But I took another stage and put into where my grid number 2 is because it was quiet. If I hooked up to the power supply B plus with the plate or the transformer, it was noisy, buzzy. I hooked up here, it was silent. And what I did here is this here. On the 11BM8, I believe I'm reading. I have a wire soft soldered to here, and this is just floating. It's not hooked up. So I have a wire soft soldered into here, going to that grid number 2 on the, what was it, 17BF11. And that's enough voltage to run this section, so I don't have to run it on the boost. It's supposed to be what, boost 3 80, I think it says. This has been replaced with one of those capacitors I just used, them 4.7s. So the 470K is not connected. I'm just got this right to my grid number 2. Right here. Like I say, if I hooked it up here, it was buzzy. Here it's silent. So I can run this TV, this Midland TV, without the 38HE7 running. The plate. The damper is hooked up, but not the plate of the horizontal output is not hooked up. So I think this is the audio tube right here. I did that too, I think. So I call it my test fixture. So I'm not very good with working with the IFs and stuff, and I had to redo this can right here. I had to I replaced two 1K resistors that were a 1/4 watt, where a capacitor and the resistor were twisted together and soldered. They were just barely soldered, and it was crackling. So I was fortunate to figure that out, and I figured it out from that other guy on YouTube that's really good at repairing TVs. Him working with those IFs and what they call it, silver mica disease. That guy, I guess I don't. So I learned quite a bit from those people on YouTube. Pretty smart people. Passing out. Back on. So when I do want high voltage on that TV, I hook this up to it, and it works. Big bottle high voltage rectifier. This is a flyback, in case I'm calling it deflection coils. I notice when I watch my videos, I say a lot of incorrect things. These horizontal windings here are shorted someplace. I substituted. This is off a RCA Victor, I think. I was using that, and then all of a sudden I fell asleep with the TV running, and I woke up, no picture, no high voltage, and I put a substitute. Okay, couldn't reach that. Okay, anyways, I put a substitute flyback on and had a socket. I just had to rearrange a few of these, and it works. But the only problem with the other flyback is it doesn't have the thermistor for the vertical, wherever that's at. Doesn't have that, so I could take that off, and it got really hot. And also, this was all rotted. I bought it off of eBay. This stuff was all rotted, no centering rings or nothing. So, but it does work if I want to duct tape it to the picture tube neck, but it gets really hot. Yeah, but it does work. So back to this thing. I'm getting this blur. I'll shut it off once and see what it does. Cleaned up. I wonder why. Shut it off again. Now this is without oh, no, I lost it again. Now what the heck do I got going? Well, let's go to channel 2, something that works. But I want the FMs working, so I'll have to clean that switch inside there and see what I can pull off. So that's it. This is Orange Beginner's Corner. Calling it quits here.